Nityanandam, everybody.
Nityanandam, everyone. Let's start with the prayer.
Yes.
Nityanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvanvatitam Gagana Sadrisham Tattvamasyadiraksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Welcome back, guys.
welcome, everybody, to Yoga from the Source.
You're like, which one is it? The Ananda's channel, Yoga from the Source podcast. I know we got a lot of different names going on. We also have, Blissful Athlete, Kundalini Yogini, Drita, Prasida. There's lots of words. But we're really excited to be back today with you guys on another podcast. How's the audio doing?
Audio is good. We're live. Glad to hear everything's working on.
Yeah, just let us know, guys, if during the stream there's any issue. Definitely send a comment. We're watching the live stream. We're taking live questions, and we're also watching for your guys' feedback and updates. So let us know if there's any audio visual issues, and we will do our best to fix it. We just made a new little setup now that we're quarantined during the coronavirus. We have a little more time than normal together, so we got a better setup now. We're excited about it. I am, at least.
Yeah, I mean, we're quarantined. What else is there to do, right? I don't know if everybody who is watching or tuning in to our videos and audios, this podcast, where you're from, but in our area, they've officially locked down the city.
Los Angeles and Orange County, which is where I work, and lots of the surrounding areas. So it'll be interesting to see how this develops this week, and we'll chat more about that in this podcast. Of course, we really just want to share with you guys how we can see this in a really positive, empowering way, because times like these can trigger a lot of fear responses in us. No matter how spiritual or strong we are, they can bring up a lot of panic. They can bring up a lot of collective fear, collective consciousness, low energy, right? And it's true. Like you hear other people freaking out. You feel that energy. You might even pick it up from your neighbors or people at the store around you, like I did the other day, even when I went grocery shopping. Because when we're sensitive to that energy, right, we can really feel it. So even if you yourself are feeling okay, you might even be picking up on that from other people. So we're going to chat all about that today, what we can do, how this is actually an opportunity for us to grow spiritually and evolve ourselves and take this chance to do so.
Yeah. And I just did a video on this yesterday talking about how, in a sense, this is an opportunity for us. I kind of compared it to when there's a stock market crash, business people, they'll see that as an opportunity. Stocks dive down and they buy because now they own a lot more of a company for a lot cheaper, right? So business opportunity. This is very similar in a sense where all of a sudden we're all quarantined. You have to sit with yourself. If you can't go to work, what are you going to do with your life, right? You can only spend so much time watching TV or on social media, or heaven forbid, talking to your family members. So what are you going to do during that time? Why not focus on your spiritual growth? This is a huge opportunity for a lot of people that maybe don't have the lifestyle opportunity or the lifestyle the freedom to give themselves this time to themselves. So I just really see this as an opportunity for anybody to dive deeper into their spirituality.
Yeah, I think it's like a blessing in disguise, like a lot of things are, that amidst all of this craziness, and take it for what it is, whatever your opinions are about it. We're not here to tell you what to think about it, or change your opinions and how you're feeling about it. It's more just that to see the silver lining, of what's going on, and that we are all put in a position right now of kind of forced isolation physically from one another, from social events, from public gatherings, even from our places of worship, which is a big deal. That hasn't happened in, most of our lifetimes, unless you're above the age of probably 50 or 60, maybe even older. I don't even know what the last time this happened. So it's a big chance for us to tune into ourselves. And that can be really scary in the beginning of your journey, when you feel really trapped in your own mind and trapped in your own consciousness. But we have to really embrace it. And even the darkness we have to embrace inside of us and take it as this chance to get to know yourself better, to really weed through whatever is inside you, whether you judge it as good or bad or right or wrong or whatever, right? And then take some time to really go deep into yourself.
Yeah. So I know we could literally spend hours on everything that you could be doing during this time. I mean, whether it's your diet, the way that you're working in your body, how active you are, doing yoga, meditation, what type of meditation, what types of books are you reading? There's a lot that we could dive into. What would you start with?
Oh my gosh. Oh Lord. I would probably start with routine, maybe. I think that's so important. And for those of you guys that are already familiar, you might be in our spiritual community, in our Sangha, or have heard us talk about this. It doesn't matter. Honestly, I feel like it's so important to continuously reemphasize the importance of spiritual routine. Of course, even Drita and I fall prey to tiredness or getting in, like taking it for granted or getting out of the cycle and kind of having off days and forgetting to wake up and then getting in a bad rut, all that kind of stuff. And I can really tell you how much we see the effect of whether we have done our spiritual routine or not. And so I want to share with you guys, I think to ground ourselves during this time, which is so important, with all like madness happening in your outer world, you have to bring a lot of stability to your inner world. And how you do that is through consistency, through showing up for yourself and showing up for others, hopefully, and even bringing them up with you, whether it's people in your household or somebody you're connecting with via WhatsApp and a WhatsApp group or whatever that you're doing, right? A best friend who's interested in practicing, spiritual techniques during their days, like yoga and meditation. So I'd say start with spiritual routine.
Yeah.
And when we refer to spiritual routine, we can talk, we won't go too deep, but maybe you can give an overview of what our little routine consists of in the morning.
Yeah. And one really powerful way of getting yourself to do the spiritual routine, which you were kind of leading into, is to take responsibility for a partner, for a friend. So maybe it's somebody in your family, maybe it's not somebody in your family, maybe it's just somebody that you can connect with via WhatsApp, but taking responsibility for them, to help them wake up, to help them, do these important practices. And our spiritual routine is we wake up in the morning during Brahma Muhurta, which is roughly an hour and 48 minutes before sunrise. And then we perform Shuddhi Kriyas, the cleansing techniques, which is including a nasal wash, an eye wash, an enema. We take Harataki in the evening. And so before we're even getting onto the mat, your body is really cleansed. You're really just detoxified from the inside out. I guess that's the only way to really detoxify. But and then after that, we do our Nityananda Yoga, our Pratama Vinyasa Krama, 108 asana sequence. Priscilla has been incorporating the Surya Namaskar about, I don't know how many you said.
I've been kind of alternating doing Surya Namaskar and the PBK because I really love Surya Namaskar also. Just personally, it's such a awesome opening up of the whole body. And it's also very ancient too and part of Nityananda Yoga as well. So I always like doing that here and there.
And then after our yoga, we do puja. We're offering gratitude. We're getting into that space of, right now, how many people out there are overwhelmed with fear? You go to the grocery stores, if you're allowed out in your country or your city, and you just see the panic, and maybe you're not panicking, but you just get absorbed and pulled down into that negative energy, that vibration, and that anxiety starts to set in, and maybe you start grabbing the toilet paper. But the thing is, you really, in these times, it's so important to combat that stress, that fear, that anxiety by focusing on positive emotions like gratitude and love. And puja is a beautiful opportunity to do that. That's where we do the Nitya Puja to our Guru, to Shiva, and it always just sets your day right. And Normally in India, after all of that, we would be listening to satsang, the daily discourse by our guru. But where he's recording and where we are, that actually is going live in the evening. So we listen to our satsang
every night too.
In the nighttime.
And do meditation in the nighttime as well.
Yeah, and always dive into his post satsang meditations. But so that's our morning routine. It's extremely empowering, and I think it's perfect, especially during times like this.
Yeah, it is. It's really, really grounding. Like, it makes a big difference for me, I can really tell you. And I hope that you guys take the opportunity to find that routine for yourselves. And if you're totally clueless, you can absolutely join in our routine and what we do. If you're not, and you already know kind of what you want to do it and really commit to it and show up every morning for it. Do it every single day. And it's really why morning is so important. It's the beginning of your day. It sets the whole frame.
It's totally the beginning,
of
your day.
Wow, who knew? So it sets the whole tone for your day, you know? It really does.
It's the beginning.
Yeah.
So there's a big opportunity that Swamiji just talked about, that our guru just talked about. Do you want to jump into that right now?
Yeah, I just want to say hi real quick to the people saying Nityanandam, Shula Devi Nityanandam.
Shula Nityanandam.
We have Mika
from UK.
Hello, Ma. And we have the Kish. I don't know what that name is, but Nityanandam to you too.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So
if you want to open your third eye and unlock the same abilities as us and get into the same state of bliss and joy, then you definitely will want to take this program that we'll talk about.
Yes.
Do you want to talk about it right now?
Yeah. So another thing you can be doing with your time, which is just such a beautiful opportunity. A lot of people are out of work and out of school and out of every social possibility right now. We're just sitting at home. And our guru, Bhagavan Sri Nityananda Paramshivoham, he's actually just opened up a new program in light of what's going on. He's actually offering a...
You just spilled so much water. Just casually spilled a whole cup of water.
Sorry, guys.
I didn't know.
I just accidentally knocked this mug over. Whoops. Anyways, it's okay. But our guru is offering a program, a 16-day program starting on the 20th of March, I believe, that is going to be centered on establishing our being, which is what you can understand, at least my interpretation, is our very consciousness, our soul, like our true self, not the I self, but the deeper self, the true self, establishing that permanently in the space of Paramshivoham, which is that divine consciousness, that I am the supreme consciousness, I am the ultimate, I am this divine being. And the program is going to be centered all around that. Details, like, we don't even know other than that, because Swamiji always likes to keep it interesting and keep it changing and moving. But the program is such a beautiful opportunity, and you can do it from your home, which has never been allowed before, because he knows everybody's in quarantine. So if you have nothing to do, I can't think of something better than getting to spend all the hours of your day with an enlightened avatar and with other people around the world who are such strong seekers looking to raise their consciousness.
Yeah.
Such an amazing ambiance and energy field. That was probably one of the best experiences of my life, hands down, was all the programs I got to attend over the years. Just not even considering Swamiji's presence, and that is undescribable, but just the community that gathers around him is one of the coolest things ever to see and witness and experience and connect to, because you are so empowered in, wow, look at how many people are out there like me.
Yeah.
You feel so not alone in the world anymore, and it's so empowering.
I remember my very first Inner Awakening, my very first program where, here I was, this hockey player. I was becoming a vegetarian. I was meditating. I was completely changing who I was. And, you still have water in there. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, I felt so alone. I felt like I didn't have anybody around me that understood me.
Yeah.
And literally, I felt like if I was going to say something, they would think I'm crazy. And to a lot of people, they might feel the same way, especially right now when you're confined in, let's say you're in a home with your family that just does not understand you and you're wanting to grow spiritually.
Mm-hmm.
We felt that same way too. I remember my first program, I landed in India. I go to this program and I'm like seeing all these people and I'm like, you get me, like you understand too, like you,
this is heaven.
Yeah, it's so nice to be around people that support you because they understand you. That sangha, that spiritual community it is a lifesaver. And I think right now more than ever, when we're all confined and separated, it's even more important to at least be virtually together. And
don't underestimate virtual connection, because it's so powerful. Still getting to hear people's voices and see their faces is really powerful. And you're going to get to, I'm sure, form relationships with new people that you didn't before throughout the program as well. So I'm so excited. And the biggest thing is that this time Swamiji doesn't want anybody to be held back by money. AKA, there's no set price for the program, which is unbelievable. So whatever that you can give or donate is, as of now, what I understand, you end up paying at the end of the program. Once you finish it, you don't even have to pay at the beginning. You can decide what you would like to contribute and donate based on what you have, your resources. And I'm sure details will be sent out via email once you guys sign up, but we should give the sign up link. Shula, if you have the sign up link, I would love if you shared it in the comments. I know I see she's here sharing information, but
it is Paramshivoham.org/level-2. Level,
like
the number two.
Level 2. Okay.
Yeah, and Paramshivoham, spell it out.
Maybe somebody who knows can spell it, but we'll type it later. If not, we'll put it in the description once this video
Shula just said she shared it. So thank you, Shula.
Thank you.
But yeah, so this is a program that was done in person with Swamiji there, or as Divya Sarita.
Yeah.
But we were there in Biddi where the program was actually conducted. So people travel from all over the world.
Level 1, you should
explain.
Level
1, yeah, Level 1. But actually, there were people in Level 1 that were attending via Zoom as well.
A few. Mm-hmm.
So this is a program that's already been conducted in this way.
But it was like special, like admittance, I think. Like,
but I'm just saying, people can, this has been done in a sense.
Yeah.
And what to expect from it. Not many details have come out.
You can't expect it. I don't think you should try to expect anything, because
we could kind of maybe play around it a bit. I'm going to say there's going to be yoga.
Yeah, I'm sure there's definitely going to be yoga.
Yeah. Maybe there's going to be some...
Definitely going to be a lot of meditation and very powerful processes, which are like these ancient rituals that awaken Kundalini, awaken third eye, are very powerful, using light and sound and visualization, a lot of different techniques from yoga lineage and philosophy, and even a little bit of Tantra. Not the Tantra you're thinking about, the Tantra lineage of these different practices incorporating visualization, verbalization, frequency, all that kind of stuff. So there's lots of different techniques like that usually Swamiji incorporates. I know this time he said he mentioned he's going to be connecting to different gods and goddesses. Like first will be Ganesha, because Ganesha is like the one that opens the gates to the other higher divine consciousness. He removes all those obstacles from us. And then he's going to connect us into these different personalities of the divine, all of these different aspects or faces of the divine. So it's going to be awesome. It's going to be so awesome.
And I think maybe the coolest and the one thing that everybody's really going to want to be a part of is connecting with Swamiji in a personal way.
Yeah, that's so true. Nothing compares to that.
When you see Swamiji on his live satsangs, it's a little bit different than how he'll conduct himself with his disciples, with his closest disciples. And so you'll see more of that hands-on personal care for each individual. Like he really does care about your enlightenment. Like if you're at all on the path,
you'll experience it for sure.
Yeah, you'll have that deep feeling connection develop, and you'll have some pretty incredible experiences, to say the least.
Yeah.
So if you are one of those people that mentioned in the comments that you want your third eye opened or you want to awaken Kundalini, this is by far the best opportunity.
Very authentic, guaranteed opportunity of that for sure.
Yeah.
With a very safe, tried and true enlightened being who's not going to harm you in any way.
Yeah.
With that energy science.
And like you said, that it's free. As far as what you need to put up front. You don't need to put up any money. So
it's all just about your commitment. So if you're really dedicated and feeling called to do it, absolutely do it. If not, it's okay. Might not be for you, but otherwise, really consider it and decide if that's what your being, your deeper self is yearning for and calling you towards. Because if it is, don't deny that. Don't shut up that voice. That's a very important voice inside your head.
Yeah.
The most important voice.
Yeah. And I would say, at the very least, register to find out even more information. They'll get in touch with you.
Yeah, we're waiting for more too.
Yeah, the link again was paramshivoham.org/level-2, just the number 2.
Yeah. And Jessica, thank you. I just saw your comment. Thank you so much for your love. We're sending you love too, and thank you for tuning into the stream.
Yeah,
it's great to have you guys here. I know this channel is still small compared to our personal channels, but we're hoping to grow it slowly but surely. And we have some very exciting announcements coming very soon. Hopefully in the next weeks. So I really hope you guys stay tuned on this channel as well, because a lot of our efforts are being geared towards the Ananda brand and what we're creating with that. Cannot wait to share with you guys what we have in store.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome.
Anything else? Any more value we can bring today?
Yeah. What else to do during the day would you consider from a spiritual perspective, from being engaging and productive with life?
Well, it comes down to practice, actually practicing the things that you're learning. And so I think that there's kind of twofold process to that: learning and then implementing. True. So if you're somebody that is interested in learning more, obviously, you can listen to more spiritual discourses. Reading is another powerful thing.
Yeah, I've been reading a lot lately. I love reading.
And you just got the Bhagavad Gita decoded.
I did.
Yeah, it's just off camera, so we won't go and grab that. But we have Living Enlightenment. We have the Nityananda Yoga Pratama, not the Pratama, but the Pramanas from the source. Yeah. All of these books can be downloaded for free PDFs online. Maybe we'll put those links in the description afterwards as well. But for me, I like to read, not just always watch things, but really what we decided to do this video for was to get people in that space of doing something with the free time that you have.
Yeah.
And if you're going to be learning anything spiritual or spiritual focused, I always say, look to the masters, look to the Pramanas, the source references. And these are some really good opportunity or really good books for you to be doing that.
Yeah, there are thousands and thousands and thousands of source scriptures in Hinduism and Sanatana Dharma and the Eastern Path. So it's an endless source of exploration, which is super beautiful and exciting. So if you're interested, you can go dive into one part of the Vedas, and that would take you probably your entire lifetime to read through. You could read the Upanishads, you could read the Bhagavad Gita. Those are some of the really great starter kind of introductions into a lot of the very powerful concepts of Hinduism. You can read the Agamas, which are the Shaivite scriptures that a lot of what our gurus are reviving as well. There's so much out there. And then there's also all the accounts of masters' lives, which I think are a really powerful way to start off on your path as well, or even just continuing in your path, because it's so profound to hear about all the different beings that have come to this planet and how there was truly so many. And that just shows you how that possibility is there for each one of us, that there's been all of these great masters that have reached enlightenment here on earth. And it's just so beautiful to see. And I think I like that point you were bringing up about not just learning. It's a great chance to learn right now during this quarantine and everything going on in the world, but also to implement. So like Jutta was saying, make sure you're also practicing. Means if you need to write out some exercise that a book is asking you to do, or a lot of spiritual books will often engage you like that, where they're telling you to ponder on something, to meditate on something, do it. Actually do it. Do the exercises, write it out, journal with yourself, meditate with yourself, really go introspective into things. Do the meditations, do the actual physical yoga practices or the pranayama or whatever that it is. And you'll see so much shifts start to happen piece by piece for you, and dots will start being put together, and it'll be a great opportunity. And then I think maybe we can touch on, so we kind of touched on all the ways you can go deeper into yourself during this time, maybe we can share also about how you can go outside of yourself and expand that into uplifting others, because I think it's a really great time to do that as well.
Enrich, you mean?
Yeah, like
Oh,
to help uplift other people too, you know? I think it's really important.
It's kind of funny. I've joked about this a few times, but when I first became quote unquote spiritual, and all of a sudden I was, cutting off all social media. I'm like, I need to get off my phone.
Yeah.
I deleted Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all the social media platforms, and completely got away from it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I dove into my spiritual path, and it was amazing. And then I get to this point where it's like, I want to share this. I need to enrich others. I know there's other people out there that are ready or want to hear some of the things that I've experienced. And so I downloaded the Facebook app. I downloaded all these apps back, and I decided to get into that space of enriching others, because social media is a platform for you to be enriching.
Yeah.
It's the best platform. It's the only platform available for us right now as we are confined. So I mean, even I'm still working on using social media more. Maybe some people are surprised with that, but I really do want to get into that space where I'm even more active, enriching even more, because it's just a simple way to help somebody's life. If all of a sudden they're scrolling aimlessly and then they see something that's really empowering and helping
really
them
positive, that's really powerful. I think how maybe one way that's really easy to start that helped me in the beginning is think about just all the things that have helped you, are currently helping you, or have helped you in the past. And then share them, whether it's with one person or 15 or 100 or 1,000, share it. Because if you just did a really powerful meditation that helped you reduce your anxiety, share about it. Tell either somebody in person, but that's kind of limited right now. Or use social media, or make a video about it, talking about your experience and what that's going to do. It has like a ripple effect into the world, right? So that's what I mean by taking this opportunity to also help uplift other people. So whatever's working for you, whatever's helped you heal or uplift you or gave you some inspiration or passion, just keep sharing it. Yeah. I think that's a really beautiful way to feel connected to one another, and it's a big gift, and we need more of it right now, honestly. There's so much worry and anxiety and fear being spread on every platform right now. Like, why not take this opportunity to be a light in all of that darkness,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So maybe we'll end it there. If anybody has any questions for us real last minute, we can take a couple of those.
Absolutely.
And if not, then what we'll do is we should really make a schedule of this.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
We will.
We'll announce a schedule of what we'll do moving forward, just because, there's so much time. And but obviously this program, Paramshivoham, is going to be starting soon.
Yeah, so we'll have to play that by ear, but we'll see.
We'll see what that schedule is looking like first before we make any announcements with this.
But most importantly, one last message from me to everybody is just really be very conscious of what you're inputting into your body, whether it's food or whether it's drinks, whether it's thoughts, whether it's words from other people or words from yourself. Really be aware of that right now. And this is important at all times. It's just amplified right now. So really, really bring awareness to not just unconsciously reach for things that make us pleasured or comfortable or kind of placate negative emotions, and sometimes we eat stuff because we're bored or because we're sad or because we're worried. Sometimes we drink things for the same reason. Sometimes we say things from the same space of really low self-image or being really in a low space or feeling depressed. And that is bound to come up for some people during this time. But again, when you're feeling that way, give yourself the solution, give yourself the right, treatment, right Band-Aid, which is meditate, do yoga, journal, pray, do devotional practice, read a really inspirational book. All these things are going to help bring you up higher, wherever that you're at on the spectrum, right? Instead of, going to our unconscious habits of, eating junk food or having, watching movies the entire day and getting in a rut or feeling really anxious because we're around our mom and our dad and we're having a lot of fighting and conflict because our paths don't line up with them. So just take the time and space for yourself in whatever way that you can, whether it's closing yourself in your room, going in your own backyard, whatever that it can be. Nourish your body, nourish your mind.
Yeah, and we'll come back on and we'll share some more insights, especially once the program starts.
Yep.
I would love to come and just share little tidbits throughout the program even.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. So we'll end it there. And
yeah.
And thank you so much for everybody that tuned in and stuck it out with our camera that shuts off and on every now and then. Much appreciated. Hopefully you enjoyed and you got something from this. And like we say, we'll be back to share some more content.
Yes. We'll see you guys on the next podcast.
Yeah.
Thank you guys again, everybody. We're sending you lots of love and healing to all of you guys and your communities. We'll keep you guys in our prayers and our worship as well. Thank you guys again. Nityananda.
Nityananda.
Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Sarvam Bhagavat Shri Nityananda Paramshivoham Paduka Paramastu. Om Nityanandam.
Nityanandam, everybody.